Science keeps changing. And if it doesn't change, it is not science. Unfortunately, same thing should have happened to religion. Because religion is also a science. It's also trying to find out the truth. And religion is also changing for thinking people. But for non-thinking people, religion is rigid. What is written in the book? No. Religion also changes if you look inside. Unfortunately, what has happened today? Science, in the conventional sense, people think science is knowledge, and that's what it was thought to be. That's why the name is derived from the original Greek word "sciere," which means knowledge. But knowledge is very simple. Knowledge is nothing, it's just noise. Now we know science is derived not from "sciere," but from the Sanskrit root "ski." Ski is cut into, cut into. So you go inside and find out, that's called science. Everything you try to find out how it works, that is science. Now noni fruit. Okay, you make a statement, noni is very good. Fine. You may be right, but I don't know. Now I try to find out if it is good. That's called scientific approach to noni. Do you get that now message? So that's what I want you people to do, because you have done a wonderful thing. And I'm quite assured, I'm sold to the idea that Peter wants to sell. That noni is a very good plant and it has got a lot of good things for human beings and for their health. Only three things make you sleep. One is milk, another is meat. Milk and meat products, if you have taken an egg in the morning for breakfast, you will sleep in the class. If you have taken coffee or tea with milk, you will sleep. If you have taken curds, you will sleep, because in every one of these things there is a protein called levotryptophan. Levorotatory tryptophan. And this amino acid shortens light out sleep interval. You know this light out sleep interval? All of you are married? Okay. Now when you go to bed, two of you go to bed now. I mean, you have one wife or one husband, two of you go to bed. Now you put off the light, right? Now one of you might start snoring within seconds. The other one might be rolling in bed for half an hour, 1 hour. This is called the light out sleep interval. Did you get that? Now if you want to shorten that, the easiest method is to take some levotryptophan things. That's why our old granny used to say, when you go to bed, have a warm milk drink. I am not subscribed to her idea now, because science has changed. Now we know milk is poison. But she used to think milk is good. Milk is good provided it's human milk, because we all are human beings. I was propagating the idea of a human milk bank for children whose mothers don't have milk. And there are mothers who have plenty of milk. In fact, I was so happy that this idea I was propagating on the internet. Recently somebody wrote to me, his wife produces so much milk that their child cannot stomach all that milk. She is something, she produces about 2 liters of extra milk every day. And now he has made a bag out of it. And in Switzerland, any child which doesn't have mother, he supplies that milk, free. This is a fascinating idea, because science is learning from nature. You look at nature, no animal in nature, not in your house. Your house, dog and cat, I am not talking about, they are not animals. They are under captivity. No animal in nature drinks the milk of another species. How can man drink cow's milk? Now see the science behind it. Have you seen a cow's child when it's born? Have you?
40 to 50 kgs.
Few kgs be blown. That depends on its size. The minute it falls down onto the ground, it jumps up and walks. Your child takes 9 months to even sort of try to get up. It takes sometimes 2 years to walk. See the enzymes in this milk which makes your child walk in 2 years, and enzyme in the cow's milk which makes the cow's calf walk in 1 hour or 5 minutes. And you give that powerful milk enzyme to this child will have a differential growth. And all diseases starting from cancer, especially diabetes, the milk protein is a foreign protein. So the minute milk comes in, body says, some foreigner has come, let me throw him out. So there will be antibodies produced against milk. These are body's defense mechanisms. So it says, hey milk, you get lost. Don't harm my system. Now these antibodies look for any protein which has an identical structure. And the beta cells in the pancreas have an identical structure to cow's milk protein. So after hitting all the cow's milk, the remaining antibodies say, do I have any work anywhere else? They come to the pancreas and hit the beta cells. So by the time you are 30, 40, you become a diabetic. The more milk you drink from the cow, the quicker you become a diabetic. Now these antibodies are roaming around the place. They don't have any work. Supposing you have a lot of people in Chennai who have a gun in their hand and they roam about in Mount Road. After some time they are itching to shoot something, isn't it? They shoot at random. So there is a crossfire, any one of us can get caught. So in this crossfire, if your joint cells are caught, you get a joint disease called autoimmune joint disease. That is, your own body's antibodies are hitting your own body. There was a man called Paul Ehrlich who first thought of this antibody business. He is the father of antibody business. And he once said, he had a dream one night. Supposing these antibodies hit our own body? So he proposed a hypothesis called horror autotoxicus. He said, my God, what will happen if these antibodies one day hit me? And that has come true today. He didn't know, Paul Ehrlich didn't know about autoimmune disease. Now you name it. Every other disease, autoimmune thyroid is autoimmune gastritis, autoimmune heart disease, autoimmune kidney disease, autoimmune joint disease, you name it. Autoimmune vasculitis, polyarthritis nodosa, systemic sclerosis, lupus erythematosus, my God. Any number of them. All we invited. Our forefathers in the forest had only two diseases. Old age, it's a disease, process. They died of old age or predation. Either a snake bit them or a tiger ate them. No disease, because they never knew about disease. Today we are frightening the society with the disease. Have you got out of the Madras airport? There's a bunting. 1 in 4 Madrasis is a diabetic. Are you one? The minute you see that, you get the fear. The minute you get the fear, you go for a checkup, your blood sugar is up. You are labeled as a diabetic. Is it? Every young man has got a heart disease. It's coming to eat you up. The truth is, in 100 years, there's a nice study which took 100 year statistics in Europe, where there are statistics available, like Europe, especially in England, the statistics from 1841, impeccable statistics. A man called William Stebbins, W.J. is his name. And Stebbins did a study. The incidence of increase of coronary artery disease in the last 100 years, and it showed that there has not been even 1% increase in absolute coronary artery disease in 100 years. Can you believe that? All that we are talking about is relative increase. That is, the average life expectancy of people 50 years ago was 27 years. So you can't get a heart attack within 27 years. Now it is average in India is 69 years. So you certainly qualify for a heart attack. As you age, certain diseases come. Now you can say, lot of people have become white-haired in India today. Yes, because they died before 27. How can they have white hair? They all had black hair. Today they are here 80, 90, so they must have white hair. There's nothing unusual about it. You can't say incidence of white hair has gone up. No. It is because people have lived longer, number one. Number two, coronary artery disease can be ideally diagnosed by patient's symptoms. Today we don't allow that. We go and angiogram a child in the school also. Some people did that. They post-mortem angiogrammed young boys in the American army who were shot dead in the Vietnam and Korean War. 100 soldiers from Korean War, 100 soldiers from Vietnam War. 18 to 20 years age. Young soldiers just joined. 18 years they joined the army. And they were angiogrammed post-mortem. 76% of them were previously blocked. Which means these vessel blocks are not a disease. They are just there as a part of your process which starts in the womb, ends in the grave. But today we label it as a disease and say, oh, everybody gets a bypass surgery, everybody gets an angioplasty, everybody gets, because it is 5 to 10 lakhs. So the essential message is, this world runs for money. And that has come to science. Science runs for money. We don't want that science. 10 years ago I wrote an article that stem cell research will come to naught. Naught. You know what naught? Because you can modify the cell outside the human body in any way you like. You have a laboratory, you can do that. When once you put it inside the body, what it does depends on it and the body and the environment, and not on you. You can send a moon voyage up and then monitor it from here and say, hey, go to the next orbit. You go to the next orbit. If it doesn't go, then you say it's failed and all. Then billions of dollars to go down the drain. If it goes, then you say, oh, see, it has gone there. It's now sending pictures. So what? These pictures we have seen for donkeys years. What's the big thing about it? 100,000 crores for those pictures. If you use 1/10 of that money, you can see that no Indian is starving.